His name is Niall Horan. I don't even know what this is. So obviously I'm a fake fan. Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Niall and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So you already I'm speaking too fast. You already read the title, you know what's going on. We are going to take a trip down memory lane. Now, if you don't know what wattpad is, that probably means that you had a life in middle school. All of us were not so fortunate. Some of us, our personalities were formed through years and years of bullying. So wattpad was a safe place, some might say. The thing that really aggravates me is I know I made a lot of stories, but I didn't publish them. I didn't publish them. And I don't remember the password to my account because it's attached to an email that I no longer use. It's this whole big thing. Once I figure out how to get back into my account, I will, and I'll read my others. But if I do remember correctly, sign up. Don't I? Wait. If I do remember correctly, I did make, my hair is kind of looking crazy. If I do remember correctly, I did make one of them public, and I remember it because years later somebody told me that they found it. How did they find it? Because I put my own name in the story. I don't know how many Naikas you know. There aren't many of us. So yeah, little 13-year-old me really didn't think that one through, but let's just get started. What was it called? Oh, I remember my name. Lewis Lover 36. Oh, not the, oh! I found us. Here she is. Yep, I have only one work and one follower. I wonder who my one follower is. I do have more stories in this. It's just my only published one because I remember I found my old journal from like 7th grade a couple months ago, and I was writing a story about Harry Styles. Like I was up to like chapter 17. But didn't publish it, didn't make the cut. This has 126 people have seen it. I don't know what stars are. 2 people have starred it, thank you. And I think this means that one person has added it to their reading list. Don't know why you would ever do that. But here we go, Niall and Naika, Faded Love. I was about to say Foreign Love. I don't even think I spelled Niall's name wrong. I mean right. Niall, yeah. I spelled Niall's name wrong. His name is Niall Horan. I don't even know what this is. So obviously I'm a fake fan. My name is Louis Lover 36. My story is about Niall. Really, Harry was my favorite. So as you can see, I was all over the place as a child. Let's just read her. I really need water if I'm gonna do this. Actually, wait a minute. I'm ready to read this masterpiece. Oh god. Okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm really excited to see how my writing has changed. I don't really know English now, so let's see how much I didn't know English back then. I'm sorry if my hair is bothering me. Whatever. Let's continue. We're back, technical difficulties, but I think I spelled this man's name wrong throughout this entire story. Niall, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I apologize. There was a point in my childhood where I literally wanted to marry you, so the fact that I couldn't even get your name straight. Why do I sound like this? When Niall was 13, he was madly in love with a girl. He had, why don't I know English? She had short brown hair and a beautiful complexion. She had pretty brown eyes. She had pretty brown eyes and a heart of gold. Her name was Niall. Not me gassing myself up at the age of 13. This is what I did to boost my self-esteem at the age of 13. I need to stop making commentary because I'm losing my train of thought. Both not Niall, because that's not how the fuck you spell Niall. Anyways. And Naika loved music. Still true to this day. To impress Naika, Niall auditioned for X Factor when he turned 16. Okay, I'd be impressed. Naika was thrilled That's not how you spell thrilled. Ooh, baby girl. Ugh. Instead of writing these stories, I should have been turning in my English homework. Not me misspelling the word thrilled. Anyways. Niall got through, but she was also devastated because she was going to give Niall a shot at being her boyfriend if he didn't make it. I don't know, I just think it's weird, like, offering yourself up to someone because they lost a competition. Like, I'm sorry you lost, but like, here I am. You know, is that not weird? Maybe not. Let's move on. Deep down, Naika had feelings for, I don't know why I had to add the ... That was very unnecessary. For the next 2 years, Niall was soaring into the famous world with his band One Direction. I didn't capitalize One Direction. Naika thought that Niall had moved on from her, so she lost hope for them. One day, Naika was watching Ellen with appearance from One Direction. In the interview, Niall mentioned that he had not yet moved on from his first love. Anyways, where were we? Okay. In that moment, she realized her buried feelings for Niall and set out to find him. Sounds like a stalker if you ask me. Naika bought a plane ticket to England. This is where the stories, well, no, it does add up because Niall is originally from Ireland, right? So she could have bought a ticket to England. Maybe Naika is not me, because if Naika were me, she would be buying a plane ticket from Boston, and that wouldn't make sense because if she was Niall's first love, Niall never grew up in Boston, he grew up in Ireland, so therefore, we're not the same. That logic kind of just messed with my mind and I forgot how to read again. Okay, Naika bought a ticket to England and a ticket to the One Direction concert. She was staying at Faithful Hotel, but what she didn't know was so was Niall. Weirdly enough, they never saw each other. Both had different floors. Niall stayed on the 16th floor and Naika stayed on the 32nd floor, but both were in the same room, 143. Okay, so because growing up I was not only a antisocial queen that was getting bullied and used Wattpad as an outlet, I'm also African American, so I was also obsessed with another boy band known as Mindless Behavior. And if you were obsessed with Mindless Behavior, you know where that line is from. I'm not saying that they claim 143, but I know that my little 13-year-old mind put that in there because of that Mindless Behavior song. I got a clue how you feel for me. 143, a smiley with a wink. Anyways, let's just continue because the amount of embarrassment I feel. Okay, it was the day of the concert and Naika was freaking out. She didn't know what to do exactly. When she went down to the lobby, she heard the manager telling the front desk that One Direction had left the building. Naika's heart was racing like a little kid on a sugar high. She drove as fast as she could to the concert. I lost my train of thought again. Where was I? Okay. Backstage, Niall's ex-girlfriend was there. Ooh, tea. I don't even know if Demi Lovato and Niall like dated, or if that was just a rumor, but I guess if it was just a rumor, I didn't fact check my information before making this story, so that's on me. Niall told Demi she should leave, but Demi never listened and stayed. Niall tried to explain to Demi it was over. These sentences are so simple. Anyways, but of course she didn't listen. When she saw a shadow appearing, she grabbed Niall and gave the longest kiss an 18-year-old boy could have. I don't know if I like the phrasing of that sentence. Who speaks like that? So she sees a shadow and her first instinct is to kiss him. That instinct could get you in a lot of trouble in the wrong situation, but let's continue. Right at that moment, Naika's heart sank, then shattered. Anyways, not me trying to be a poet all of a sudden. Demi did it on purpose. Ooh. She saw the disappointment on Naika's face and Naika saw the perky look on hers. How do they already have beef? Like, how do they already have beef? Even if Demi knew of her, like of me, I guess, or like the Irish me, how would she have known what I looked like? Even if Niall were to have like an old picture of me or something, I'm sure 13-year-old me, 16-year-old me, and 18-year-old me are two differently looking people. Yeah, they are actually. Let me insert proof. But what I'm saying is, like, she was really a fan of me. Anyways, Naika locked herself in a closet and bawled her eyes out. She felt like she was just betrayed. I mean, I felt like I had no right to feel like that. I did lead him on for quite some time, and he's allowed to have a life past me, and we were not together, and he didn't even know I was there. Anyways, not me disagreeing with my past futuristic self. I don't know, it's weird because I wrote it when I was 13 about me being 18, but now I'm 19, so it's like two past versions of let me stop. Okay. She felt like she had just been betrayed. Even though Naika didn't know it after the sloppy kiss, Niall pushed Demi off of him and started cussing her out. Imagine him cussing someone out in his little Irish accent. Oh, how cute. Anyways, Niall then made security take Demi away. It's getting spicy. Before Niall was going on stage, he was warming up by the closet Naika was in. He heard someone in there and saw a key on the table near the door. He took the key and put it in the lock. He twisted it and he was speechless. Oh my god, this kind of made my blood race a little bit. That kind of the build up. That was a good build up. Props to me. She splattered her pain. That is probably the most disgusting sentence I have ever read in my life. I really just said she splattered her pain into Niall's brain with her words. She splattered her pain into Niall's brain with her words. Anyways, like, have you ever heard of an author? No author could come up with this. This is you really have to be on top of your game to come up with that kind of genius. So, yeah, be jealous. Anyways, moving on. Okay. Niall was so surprised he couldn't talk. He managed to ask Naika what she was doing here. Naika told him what she was doing here and how she felt. She said goodbye to Niall and stormed out. Couldn't read that because it's not how you really spell his name. She went to Faithful Hotel and packed her bags. Then she bought her first ticket back to Boston. I found a pothole in the story. See, this is what I was saying, how it doesn't make sense because yes, Boston makes sense for me, but Niall is not from Boston. He's from Ireland. So how am I going back to Boston? Did I move to Boston did I leave Ireland and go to Boston? Maybe, we'll see. I really don't like when stories have holes in them. Just fill those up. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense. Reread your work. Obviously, I didn't reread my work. Obviously, this is a first draft, and it needs like 58 revisions. 58 long revisions. But nonetheless, let's continue. Then she heard a knock at the door. How does he have her address? If they didn't talk, if there was no communication between the two since his fame and stardom, how did he know where she lived? How did he know that she moved to Boston? Maybe he knows that she moved to Boston through social media, but how does he have her address? She didn't want to get up, but the knocking grew louder. She saw the face of the person she never wanted to see. The face of Niall. Really, girl? Because you bought a ticket to England, you stayed in a hotel, you bought a ticket to the concert, you had backstage passes, and you never wanted to see his face again? Because you spent like a whole bag just to make sure you saw him again. Anyways, she was about to close the door, but Niall didn't let her. She explained everything to her, but she didn't... He explained everything to her, but she still didn't believe him. She told Naika that he loved her. There's a third person in this equation because those are not the proper pronouns for that sentence to make sense. So let me just read that like it was supposed to be if I had double checked my work. He told Naika that he loved her as, he told Naika that he loved her, approves it with a kiss. Approves it with a kiss. Proves it with a kiss. And. Literally, I meant and. And proves it with a kiss. I forgot the N and the D. And. 3-letter word. I forget 2 of the 3 letters. Naika then realizes what he saw in him. Here's me messing up my pronouns again. Naika then realized what she saw in him and kissed him back. With that done, with that out of the way, Niall and Naika started dating. Congratulations. 3 years later, Niall popped the big question and asked Naika to marry him. I would marry him after 3 days. She said yes. And with that said, they had 58 years of marriage and lived happily ever after. And then the end, exclamation point. To be continued. Oh, you guys. I updated this March 26, 2013. I wasn't even 13. I was 12. I wasn't even a tween. Well, yes, I was. Is 12 considered a tween? Well, I guess that's all we have for today, folks. You know, my Harry series was obviously much longer, which is why I really want to perfect it, which is why it's not uploaded, I guess. That's very sad. This was very... I just don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking when I was 12 years old. I don't know why this was an outlet for me. Oh my god. I just remembered I also have a MagCon account. I have a old MagCon account that I wrote fan fictions on there too. Yup. Hayes, Cameron, I almost said Dallas. There was on a Dallas. Who else was there? Nash, Sean. Who else was there? Matt Espinoza. Who else was there? Oh, there was Carter. There was Taylor. There was Aaron. There was Mahogany. There was... Was that all of them? I'm missing a person. I can feel that I'm missing a person. Jack and Jack. Who else? I definitely probably left someone out, but I have a MagCon. I forgot I had a MagCon account. That's embarrassing. Anyways, I also had a Dolan Twins account, but that got deleted. I think I literally had a mental breakdown and deleted it. But it was called Gray's Pink Hat. But yeah, that is the video. That is me taking a trip down memory lane and exposing this horrid story. Can't even call it a story. It was very underwhelming. Like, I expected more. I feel like I was very creative as a 12-year-old, and this is just not the best of my abilities. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I'm not gonna lie. You know, one thing I can say is that the reading comprehension I had as a 12-year-old, I still have today, like 7 years later. I still just... yeah, it's not the best. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you had a Wattpad account when you were an adolescent teenager, let me know down below, because I would love to go read your stories as well. You know, if you want me to, if they're public, if, you know, I have your consent to do so. You know, let me know if you also have embarrassing stories out there on the internet for people to see forever and ever, and let me know if your name is so fucking unique like Naika, and it's also in the title and all throughout your story, so it's like when people find your story, they can instantly know who wrote it. But yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. I cringed way more. You know, actually, I thought I would cringe a little more. I didn't cringe as much as I thought I would. I cringed more at myself not being able to read. So, yeah, humble yourself, kids. But yeah, that is all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought a smile to your face, or, you know, at least made you feel better about yourself and your social status when you were 12 years old, that you were not doing this and embarrassing your future self literally until the day you die, and after. Like, this is literally just gonna live on unless I can find a way to hack into the account and unpublicize it and make it private, you know what I mean? But this is just gonna be a dark cloud looming over my head for years and years to come. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You don't even know how much I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment down below in the comment section. So leave a comment down below so we can have a conversation in the comment section. Thanks again for watching and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.